Hello, my friends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, regardless of where you are in the world. It's very rainy here today, but I'm having fun, so it's all good. I'm recording this because I just had a wonderful 15-minute power session with one of our community members, and we talked about how to prioritize your time. A lot of us are really used to to-do lists, task lists, things that are not necessarily filled with emotion or enthusiasm. They're the have-tos. Well, one thing I'm a big fan of is to make the calendar as personal as possible and frame things in a way that they relate to what you want to put out into the world. You know, if you want to put out more kindness, more generosity, and you plan things from that perspective, anything you have to do in a given day becomes far more exciting. Now, I think I've mentioned this in another video, but a little repetition never hurt, is I put things next to them like showing gratitude. Like you go to get your oil changed and you want to make sure that you show gratitude to the people there instead of taking them for granted. You know, because I've met people who say, well, you know, why should I have to tip them? It's their job. They're already getting paid. Well, what does that say about your personal values and who you want to be in the world? You know, my wife and I are big tippers because we realize how hard it is for that person to be doing what they're doing while we're sitting there just waiting to be served. And we also talk to them a little bit to kind of get to know their story. You know, and there was one guy we found out, you know, his car was on its last legs and he didn't have enough money to buy a new one and he didn't know how he was going to get back and forth from work. You know, we couldn't give him enough to buy a car, but we were generous that day because we got to know who the person was. That's important to us. Okay? Now, in terms of your daily schedule, make sure that you plan in there as many activities as possible so they get done. In this case, this client wants to balance school with pleasure writing. So we had to make sure that went on the calendar. And one thing I pointed out is, because I use Google Calendar, is I love the color coding feature. You can make business things one color, household related things another, running errands and so on, so that when you get used to those colors, you can prepare yourself on what you need to do. So if you've got an appointment that's at home, then you see the next thing is an errand, you know, oh, I got to get ready to leave. So I've got to allow time to get my shoes on, my coat on, you know, change out of my sweatpants, you know, whatever it is you need to do. So those little visual prompts can help you be much more effective as well. And let's say, though, that you like to do things in hard copy form. You're not so much a digital person when it comes to Google Calendar, which also provides handy-dandy reminders for those folks of us that like to hyper-focus. You like the hard copy stuff. So in that case, in order to get the benefit of the different color coding, simply get a bunch of different colored highlighters. You know, it's a little bit more to carry, but when you think about how much more impactful your ability to glance at your day is and see how many work-related things you have, home-related, errands, personal, that quick snapshot of your calendar gives you an overview of where your energy is going to be going and what you need to be prepared to do. So you can be a hell of a lot more productive by doing it in that way. So I wanted to make sure I share this with you as well. And it's only for you guys because you're clients. Nobody else is getting this. So go ahead and enjoy it. Try it out and let me know if this is helpful for you. This is Brian and looking forward to talking to you again soon.